the end game in Syria. Now, before I go on with the topic at hand, I just want to let everyone know that this is my first video on this channel. So, over time, this channel will get better with presentation, quality, etc. So please bear with me. Thank you. Anyways, to the topic at hand. Now, unless you've been living under a rock the past 2 years, you would know that Syria is in the midst of a civil war between the Syrian rebels and the Assad government. Now, Obama, a couple weeks ago, announced that he will be directly funding the Syrian rebels with weapons. Now, they've been doing that way before they officially announced it. But now, they have their official excuse, as in Assad has been using chemical weapons, which is bullshit, for two reasons. They haven't shown any proof, and the main reason is because, let's think what reason here real quick. Assad, in the past couple of months, especially in the last 2 months, has been making gains slowly but surely. If you are winning, especially if you are winning, why would you use chemical weapons and kill a small amount of people? I think it was dozens, maybe 100, but I believe it was under 100. Why would you use that if you know that even the hint of you using chemical weapons will drop the whole force of NATO down, and they will bring something that you can't handle, and you're over. It's over. Game time's up. Which, they know that. They're not stupid. Call them what you want, but they're not stupid. The only ones, if chemical weapons were used, that can make any gains, to have any advantage of using chemical weapons, is the Syrian rebels. Because they work with almost immunity. Because they're backed by Israel and the United States. Okay? So they can use chemical weapons, and it will always get blamed on Assad. So if anyone would gain anything from using chemical weapons, it's the Syrian rebels. Now, before I go on in depth with the topic and share my thoughts, I want to bring up a history lesson. Libya. Now, what did we do with Libya? NATO supported a no-fly zone. We bombed the shit out of Libya. Gaddafi was ousted. The rebels that we supported won. Now you fast forward. Our embassy gets attacked. Our ambassador and a couple of others get killed, including Navy SEALs. That's what you call blowback. And you have to be stupid to think it wouldn't backfire on us. Say what you want about Gaddafi, but he kept the tribes in their place. And as for being in North Africa, it wasn't the worst place in the world. So, and what's going on in Libya right now is a lot of tribal warfare. The same rebels that were working together to fight Gaddafi, are the same ones that are fighting each other to hold power, to get the power. Because it's not about helping the country out as a whole. It's about them securing power. You'd have to be stupid not to think that was going to happen. Now as that's my little history lesson. Now, as in Syria, al-Nusra, which is the main or one of the main factions that compose of the Syrian rebels. They call themselves the Al-Qaeda in Syria. Now, this is what you have to tell somebody. Aren't these the same people that supposedly did 9/11 and that we're fighting in Iraq and Afghanistan? But they're our friends in Syria? So wait, if they're in Iraq or Afghanistan, they're bad. But if they're fighting against Assad or someone we don't like, they're our best friends. That doesn't make any sense. You have to be stupid to think that if we send arms over there, that they're not going to reach their hands. They're going to be the first ones to get these weapons. They want us to give. They don't like us, but they sure as hell don't mind taking our aid and whatever we can give them to help fight the rebels. See, Obama's using this whole theory as the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Well, it doesn't work when the enemy of my enemy is also my enemy. Supposedly. Now, it's funny how they want to restrict Americans' right to weapons. They keep bringing it up. They keep bringing it up, especially since Newtown. But they have no problems giving them to Islamic extremists in Syria. Because people, you have to understand, if the rebels oust Assad, either two things are going to happen. There will be another civil war between the same rebels, just like in Libya, just like what happened in Libya. The same rebels that are fighting against Assad, they're going to fight each other. And, you know, they're going to fight each other for a while, and it's just going to be catastrophic, just like what's going on right now. Or Islamic extremists are going to gain power in Syria. We don't understand that. They want to oust Assad so bad that they're willing to do anything. But there's an end game for this. Number one, Israel and the United States wants to destabilize another country in the Middle East. We all know that they want Israel, and Israel wants Israel to be the most dominant force in the Middle East. They don't want any country in the region posing not even the tiniest threat to them. They want to be the dominant country in the Middle East. They're happy that these countries are being destabilized. And number two, they want Iran to lose support from Syria. They want to install a friendly government to them because, you know what, they're right next to Syria. And we all know that the main end game is Iran. They want, on the basis of nuclear weapons, they want to get inside Iran. They want to destabilize it. They want to go to war with it. But this is not a fucking game here. This is not Iraq or Afghanistan. No disrespect to the casualties there, but it's like we're fucking playing Russian roulette. Our government is playing Russian roulette, and we haven't bit the bullet yet. But we keep playing like this, and we're gonna bite the bullet. This is serious. This can start off World War III. This is good for nobody. These psychopaths, these evil psychopaths in our government, doesn't understand that they're playing with fire that can engulf this whole world. Iran will be worse than Syria, than Iraq, Afghanistan, and Vietnam put together. It may fuck the whole world up. They don't understand that, and it's ridiculous. We have to do whatever we can to stop this from happening, because whether you like it or not, we are not in there for humanitarian reasons. It's funny how we talk about humanitarian this, that. We have to do this and that. But yet we're supporting countries like Saudi Arabia where women can't even fucking drive cars. The United States government is based off hypocrisy. They have no problems restricting the rights to guns to the American people. But on the other hand, they want to ship them out to Islamic extremists in Syria. And it'll probably be used against us in the future. This can be the start of a greater regional conflict, or worse, World War III. We have to do everything we can to stop this from happening. Every citizen has to do whatever they can, whether make YouTube videos, go out in the streets like I'm doing, whatever you can. Because this is serious, folks. This is our future we're playing with. We have problems at home to fix. We have people in our own country struggling. We are not in the position, and us getting involved in this is not going to make it better for anyone. Okay? Now please, do the research for yourself. You don't have to believe what I'm saying. Go do the research for yourself and find out. And realized that time is not in our hands right now. We have to start getting motivated, because calling your congressman, I've done that. They're not going to do anything. They're paid off. Okay? The Israeli lobby is a very powerful lobby in the United States, and it's like we're almost bending over for them. Okay? But this is the little end of my rant. So have a great night or great morning, everybody, and please stay tuned for more. And please do your own research and come up with your own conclusions and use your mind. That's the greatest thing you could do, is using your mind to form your own opinions.